varied experiences and backgrounds. They've joined hands together and say, okay, we want to rewrite the history of basketball development in this country. We want to get a national basketball team, just like the way we have a national male football team, where when there is a World Cup, government will invest and they will go, the national team we played for them. We need to get a well, solid, grounded national basketball team, both male and female, just like the way we love our football and we have them for football. We want to get to that stage where we'll get basketball, where they will go for the World Cup, go for the Africa Championships, and everything FIBA, Ghana should be seen, heard, and felt there. And so today, those who matter when it comes to driving this agenda, those who have decided to really sacrifice, to serve, to give hope to the youth, are here with me to really talk about this particular project that has been cooked already, is about to be served. Are you ready to really have a feel of basketball brewed in Ghana, basketball made in Ghana, basketball made just behind your corners? The boys that play every day, the girls that play every day, the schools basketball, everything about basketball, we're coming to talk about, and that thing is coming up. So let me introduce my guest here. I have no other person than the president of the Ghana Basketball Association. Is in the house. It's in the person of Mr. Ato Van-Ess. Sir, most welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's a privilege having you here. I am hoping this will not be your last time. You continue to come. And then the man who doesn't sleep. In fact, when it comes to the day-to-day running, aside the president, other people are there, but this man, every day he works. He's thinking, how do I get funds? How do I get this done? How do I encourage people to do it? And every day, the things keep going, even though it is difficult. No other person than the one who is in charge of administration and finance of the Ghana Basketball Association is in the person of Mr. Alex Kukula. Say, it's another pleasure having you. Thank you so much for your time. I know you have busy schedules, but today you decided to share some few moments with us. National Basketball Championship. I remember when you guys decided to serve, you came out with some measures. You said when you are given the nod, you do X, Y, Z. We've seen you launch so many packages here and there, some very, very juicy, some we didn't even know can even happen. You've changed your logos here and there, so many things, websites, so many things. Mr. President, what is this National Basketball Championship all about? We've been seeing basketball being played, but what is the National Basketball all about?
Thank you very much, Theo. And thank you for the wonderful work you are doing for basketball, even during this time. Well, the National Championship is about giving every basketball player the chance to exhibit what they have, so that they can be chosen to the next level. Previously, we used to play the regional leagues, and this year alone, we've been able to play 8 regional leagues. Previously, it was just for Greater Accra. Then when Greater Accra, for example, last year, when they finished their league, that was it. Everybody will go back and prepare for the next league. But that is not basketball, that's not sport. You need to play at the local level, move to the national level, then move to the international level. And you can only go to the international level when you have played at the national level. So this year, we have 7 more regions joining Greater Accra to play their regional leagues. So after they've played their regional leagues, we have two pathways. The clubs that have won the regional leagues now would go into Champions League for next year. So next year we're going to do Champions League, and that's going to be telecast live. Yes. So the winner of the Champions League is then going to go for the Basketball Africa League. For the first time, Ghana is going to compete at the qualifiers.
Wow.
Previously, we would have chosen the winner of Greater Accra Basketball League, but it's not going to be so again. Now, next year, starting from January, all the regional champions will now play and compete for that spot to represent Ghana at the regional league. That is on the one hand. On the other hand, we have to represent Ghana, like you rightly said in your introduction, the national teams. So how do we get the national teams? It's through the regional leagues coming together. The regional leagues include all our constituents at the regional level, the security services, the educational institutions, we all have to come together and play a national championship. That will be the basis for selection into the national teams. Then, so after 22nd, we're going to announce the national teams. And then the national teams, both male and female, will now go and represent Ghana at the qualifiers, international matches, international friendlies, all the international games that Ghana have to play. These teams will then represent Ghana. So when we go there, we're going to also use the opportunity to select our national team managers or the team management. We'll select the national team coaches. Then we'll select the national players. Mind you, we've played the regional leagues. So we are not just using this platform. We are using the regional league platforms, include the national league, to make that decision so that we can get a fairly objective system. We also have statisticians who are going to give us all the stats. So we are not just going to choose anybody. We have to start from somewhere. Previously, the National Sports Authority was the organization doing the intercity and everything for us to play. We have never done that. So we have decided, and when I say we, it's not Alex and I, all basketball actors, you'll be surprised how everybody is involved in this. Everybody, all hands on deck. The actors, the stakeholders, nobody is sleeping. We are all making sure that for the first time, we, basketball family, are going to organize a program that we have organized, that we have sourced for the funding, that we are going to be the organizers, that we are in control, because that is the only way that we can say we are having a true basketball competition that is national of nature, and that is going to give a fairly objective way of getting quality players from all over Ghana.
Wow, this is indeed the Alex, I know you've been doing more of the legwork. What has gone into this National Basketball League? What has really gone into it?
Wow. I think for what the president has told you, if we start now,
so sum it up.
Absolutely. I remember when we went around the country trying to ask people to give us the mandate to serve basketball. One of the things they always say was that we are always here, we play, we never go anywhere to play basketball apart from playing in our localities. So I gave an example of myself. I said I got discovered in basketball through such a competition. So we took it upon ourselves, difficult as it is, to make sure that we bring all of us together at some point for people to realize that basketball is back. That's the main thing. That's one of the main objectives of these championships. The next one is, it will surprise you to know that the current crop of basketball players in our leagues now, I think there's none of them who has ever been to a national championship.
Wow.
Yes, that's serious, because we keep hearing people asking, hey, we've seen BAL, we've not seen Ghana. You see, there's a process in all these things. If you don't start the process, the president mentioned how we are going to select the national team. I hope the younger ones are not thinking they are left out, because this is going to happen for them too, because we are going down to SHS level to do the same thing at the SHS level.
Okay.
Because in our structure, you see that we start from the under 16, under 19, under 21, under 23, to end to the senior team. So we have these structures in place, and we've identified the places where we can get those teams. So if we take the under 16 level, definitely we go to the SHSs and the junior high schools. Then when we come to the middle side, then we take those who've gone out of it, because there has to be transition. People get out of secondary school, there's nothing. And some of them just lose interest. But when we have all these competitions going around and people see that, when I finish SHS, the national championships will come on. I'll join a club. All the regions are playing their leagues. So you see the vibrancy will come back. And as he said, look, it's not just, we are just the faces of what is happening, but a lot of guys, I mean, people who've played the game, they're outside the country, all of them are putting their resources together for us to get to where we want to go.
So when exactly are we seeing the National Basketball Championship tipping off?
Tentatively, we are tipping up on the 12th of December.
12th of December.
Yes, in Cape Coast. Yes, and that this will bring all the regions are choosing their best teams. The security services are bringing their teams. So that's a basketball festival for 10 days.
10 solid days.
10 solid days. We are here. We are in Cape Coast playing basketball.
Okay. Now I come to where I like to ask officialdom. Where are you getting all your resources from? Yes, everyone's hands is on deck. Where is the major funding coming from? Do you have partners? If yes, let us know. Is the National Sports Authority, the Ministry of Youth and Sports really coming on board? Is the LOC coming on board? Everybody that must be on board, are they on board? Is it that you guys are doling the money from your own pockets to do it? Is it a bank facility you've gone for? Tell us so we know.
Okay. To begin with, we take resources from our own pockets to move around. Then at the next level, once we've met the people, the organizations, then we bring them on board. I want us to understand that when we took over, we told ourselves that we don't expect government to give us anything because we've not done anything. That is one side of the story. Somebody will say, well, government has to give you something before you can do something. But we've taken it from the other way around. That in any case, that's the reality. Nothing is coming to us. But we believe that if we put up the structures and the systems, and government sees that you have the potential and you are utilizing it, then government you'll be attracted. Government, you'll be attractive. If you, as a lady, as a gentleman, you would always be attractive. So how do we become attractive? Such that we cannot be missed. You can't say you turn your eye. You can't miss basketball. So we had to sacrifice. We had to push in. And of course, we had to give the indication that we are ready to go. So we did this regional tournaments that we talked about, the regional leagues. So now we've sent a message across all Ghana that we are capable of doing it if you give us the resources. So now we've shown it. We've shown it through our governance system. Everything is intact now. We've shown it through the regional organizations, through the regional leagues. Now we approach the sports minister. Fantastic gentleman. He listened to our story. He says, look, this is what he's looking out for. He's ready to support us in spite of all his schedule and what he's going through with soccer. And of course, he is responsible for all of us. But at this point, World Cup, you don't expect him to have all the time for everything. He told us that he is in support.
Okay.
The ministry is in support. We are talking to the ministry now. We just now walk into his office.
Wow.
Anything we want to get to him, he's always open to us.
Wow.
From there, the next level is the National Sports Authority. I tell you, we just walked to Prof's office. Prof is talking basketball every time. He calls us by our first names now. So he tells you the level of engagement we've reached with him. Then we have the Ministry of Sports, we have the National Sports Authority, we have the Africa Games, the local organizing committee. We sit down, we laugh, we do everything. That's the level we've got to. Then the Ghana Olympic Committee, President Minsonunu, we sat in his office. He is personally committed. And let me tell you, Dr. Ofusasari, Ben Minsonunu, Prof, the minister, they are even now committing personally, aside the organizations. That's the level that we want to.
Great.
So with these partners, what else can't we do? Because we've shown to them that we are a serious group and we intend to develop Ghana. And, previously we were just playing basketball. Now every ball that we bounce is supposed to contribute to the socio-economic development of Ghana. And if we say that, it's quite vague. So we are targeting the SDGs. We are looking at using basketball to promote good health and economic well-being, SDG 3. Quality education, SDG 4. Gender equality. Even now, we are struggling to get our ladies to play basketball. Gender equality issues in the nation and globally. We are using basketball to bridge that gender equality.
Is that why you guys are keen on developing wheelchair basketball as well?
Yes. So SDG 3, 4, 5, 8 is economic growth. We want to develop people's business, people who are involved in basketball, because the only way they can also contribute to basketball is when their businesses grow. Basketball development cannot be if there's no business. So we are promoting development and business. They go together. You can't do one without the other. So whoever is into basketball, it is our responsibility to make sure that their businesses thrive.
Okay.
Then, last but not least, is the inequalities among communities. And communities, we just don't look at geographical communities like Takrady and Tamale or West and North. We are looking at communities like the wheelchair community, the disability community. And that's why you saw the wheelchairs. And we did the mini tournament in September at Cape Coast. And the wheelchairs, we gave them the opportunity to exhibit. This time, the National Deaf Basketball Association too is involved.
They're also now up.
Exactly.
So whilst we have the wheelchair basketball, we are also developing the deaf basketball.
The deaf basketball.
Great.
So these are our government organizations, and so we are linked to the SDG Secretariat, which advises the government on SDG issues. We have partners like the IANGO. IANGO is in the US. Global Healthy Life Global is also in the US. New York Square Group is in the US. Then we have some organizations in Ghana that are also, we are also talking to them, and they are coming on board. The ADB, all the other banks, the Republic Bank, Stanbic, we have the Cowbell, of course, is our, during that first year, they virtually took over everything. We are still working with Cowbell. So already, even before, and this year is supposed to be for the foundation, but even with that solid foundation, and we are giving the goodwill, telling people what we are capable of and what we've been able to do without resources. Now, these organizations
so
are on board.
the foundations have been laid firm.
Let me just add IMAS Group.
Okay, they're also on board.
Yes, they
now
yes.
promote the boxing league.
Boxing.
We've seen
Exactly.
them do it.
Yes, so now
they
their
also
focus
coming
is
on
on
board
basketball.
to help you
And
guys.
when we talk about the Champions League, yes,
They will be on board. Great. Mr. Kukula, yes, so this 10-day festival happening in Cape Coast, the National Basketball Championship, how much is at stake for the winner? And even teams that will come and participate. I know there are goodies out there, so many. But tell us, on a whole, how much is in the kitty that you decided to use as a motivation? Pick this one away. Aside the medals, I know you get trophies, stuff like that, souvenirs.
This is very important for us to I mean, as the president explained, this is the first time we are doing this, and I tell you, it is difficult to attract resources to it. So the way we are looking at it now is to start, and we are all sacrificing at this point. So it's a huge budget.
Okay.
I mean, putting together over 500 people over 10 days,
10 days,
accommodation, feeding, and everything. It's all on us. So it's a bit difficult, and this because these are regional teams. We don't actually have cash prizes for these teams
as
because
we speak now.
Yes, as we speak, we don't have. Maybe when we will start talking about cash prizes, when we are dealing with the individual clubs in the Champions League, as we discussed.
So is that why on your flyer you said sponsor your region?
Sponsor your region. That is very important component. We've the president has broken down the budget into regional districts, so that when you look at it and you see, oh, I'm from Eastern region, my team has to go, and we
so
need.
For instance, the Eastern Regional Minister can come on board and support.
say, yes, you need 34,000.
Corporate Eastern Ghana can come.
Absolutely, you have the chance to brand the team if you want.
Oh, okay.
You understand? So these are all we've done it such a way that so that people also will contribute their little, so that we'll put it all together and have this thing in place.
Let me just chip in that we've been talking to our constituent, the players. You won't believe that these people call you and tell you that this thing is happening, whether we get the funding or not, we are going.
So the players are even willing.
If we have to fast, if we have to sleep wherever, we just need to send out the message that we are serious.
So this is the message you leaders are receiving from some of your players, that they want to go to the extreme, to push you guys on board.
And that is critical, that we are not doing this, we have already mentioned that we are not doing this for basketball, we are doing this for Ghana. If we don't do this national championship for 10 days, where would these people be? What would they be doing? If we were not playing the regional leagues, what would they be doing? If they were not busy with basketball? And we are getting scholarships. I can tell you for a fact that 4 people from the Basketball School Academy are now in the Takrady Technical University on scholarship through basketball. SDG 4, education. So we want to tell Ghanaians that basketball is serious business, sport is serious business. And if we all support the very little that you can put in, can change somebody's life. I can say this on authority because, and I know what I'm doing, and I know what basketball has done for me, because I got admission to KNUST to do my degree through basketball. So if I have gotten that opportunity, at least already 4 have gone, and I'm happy. Where is he coming from? Where am I coming from? If it was
from
basketball,
the ecosystem, basketball ecosystem.
Absolutely.
I mean, where do we come from? But through basketball, we are here.
Great.
So we are saying that through sport,
so many things can
so
happen.
we can help our youth positively, because when you
society.
come there already, aside showing them the discipline and the realities of life, you are giving them hope. You are giving them something that they can hold on to.
Okay. Wow, our time runs fast. And so once again, the tournament starts from where to where?
On the 12th, and we end on the 22nd of December. All on the UCC campus.
UCC campus.
Yes.
Fans, please come in your numbers. Regional ministers and directors, everybody, please come and support your region. At least you can sponsor them by giving them the apparels and stuff like that. We have Ghanaian companies that are producing quality sportswears and other things. Please get closer to them. Let's build it. So by the time we say Jack, it's a win-win. So the next big thing, aside our football that we always talk about,
Absolutely.
will be basketball.
Yes.
Parents, please encourage
it's the
your girls.
fastest growing sport now
Yes,
in
encourage
that.
your ways. I don't even want us to enter into getting our players playing in the NBA. We'll get there very, very soon.
Get there.
And we'll get boys who
get
are
there.
there to really do it. So, gentlemen, I'm most grateful for your time, and I hope this will not be the last time. Probably you go to Cape Coast and come back, and we'll come and talk about the positives, and then what next. Then we will see how 2023 will be looking like. And so once again, thank you very much, Mr. President and Mr. Vice President in charge of Administration and Finance. And thank you also for doing the watching. Remember, the page, we get those who matter. You can't get this anywhere. From their hearts, you get it here on the page. I'm Theophilus Sampa. Thank you very much for watching. Return same time tomorrow. Bye for now.